So Matt, what's going on here today?
What's going on, Mr. Andrew Stewart? We're here in Tampa, Florida at our General RV location in Tampa, and we're looking at the cream of the crop, the absolute best of the production coaches and the top of the line that we sell. This is the American Coach Eagle. You guys saw our video on the American Dream. I don't know anything about this product. We have specialists. Our Tampa location is American Coach's largest dealership in the country, and we have specialists that only work on American Coaches, which with me is Mr. Tom Bennett.
Hi, Tom Bennett here. I work here at the Dover store of General RV. Love to tell you a little bit about this all-new 2021 American Eagle 45K Anniversary Edition. Very excited about it. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is take a look inside. What do you say?
Let's go in. Let's see it. And so before we go inside, I've got to point out real quick the vinyl over the windows so that you don't see where the windows are. And there's also that stainless strip along the bottom. Gives it a really nice exterior appearance, but this is where it's at. Let's cruise in here. Wow, this is definitely a whole nother level here. Tom, what's going on, sir?
Well, the first thing you notice as you walk in, it's got to be this hydro-dipped custom woodwork you have throughout the coach. It's beautiful, shines great, matches everything just about the right way. I'd like to start with the floor plan. Now the 45K, you have your reclining heated seats right here. They're motorized seats directly across from your TV. This is a really great front living floor plan. So if you have guests, company, anything like that, it's going to be a comfortable place for you to enjoy things. As you move back here, you're going to see your kitchen. Now something they do that's very unique here is the way you have this waterfall style table. This is all custom quartz cabinetry throughout your whole countertops, as well as all the way to the floor there. It just looks beautiful. Lots and lots of storage. You have this very large, that's a solid Corian kitchen sink there. Beautiful. You have a recessed place for your kitchen cooktops there. That's your induction cooktop. You've got one burner on one side, one on the other, but lots of space. And the way they cover it up here with this custom wood gives you extra counter space on top of that. Down here, you've got your dishwasher. I love how they finish that out with the same hydro-dipped wood. It's just a truly beautiful kitchen. Of course, you have your convection microwave oven up here.
Now, what do they mean when they say hydro dipped?
It's a solid wood piece here, but they actually dip this into the covered graphic that's on it, and then it's permanently bonded. It lasts forever. It's beautiful, and it's just a comfortable thing to work with. Very light as well. I'm surprised by that. Also, while you're looking at your cabinets here, you can see that it opens up with these side mounts here, so it's pretty simple to get things in there without obstructing too much of the opening there. And then, of course, when you close, it's all a slow closing door there, so it's pretty nice. Moving on from here, of course, you have your dinette. This quartz countertop here matches everything. It pulls out to seat 4. There's 2 additional seats that come with the coach as well. One thing that's really great about the American Coach product is going to be the technology package that you have. There's a few things that really stand out. For one, you've got this refrigerator with the built-in touchscreen panel here. I think that's just really cool. It has the cameras inside, so you can, if you're at the grocery store, see exactly what's in there. Also, you can leave notes. You have your calendar all built in right here. Your multiplex wiring system. Now, this is where things get a little bit more complex, because this is the only truly wireless RV that's out on the market right now. And what that means is that it has its own built-in Wi-Fi system. There's a lot of them out there that will connect to your phone if you're within 100 yards. That's pretty typical. This will actually connect anywhere in the world, so you can be on the other side of the country and you can turn your ACs on and off. You can adjust your motorized shades or anything like that, and it's just a really cool way to operate things. In here you have control of your generator system. Your auto gen starts all custom controlled in here. You can put it in theater mode, where all of your screens will come down whenever you push a button there, and I think it's just a really unique and easy way to operate your RV. So the 45K floor plan does boast a half bath here. You can see the quartz countertops match everything in the RV, as well as the stone backsplash. You've got a great vanity counter space there and a good amount of storage. Even your max fan vent, which has the rain sensor built in, is covered in a way that's just pretty neat. I really like to talk about the luxury stuff back here.
Now, what's this right here? It looks like a...
This is actually a way to keep your doors from opening up when you're going down the road. If you push this little button and let that slide, it'll open up for you. I want to show you the amount of space you have in here while we're taking a look. And then you have two separate drawers underneath, of course, one being your freezer and another little mini cooler right there. But if you have these plugged in, what it'll do is it'll keep those from opening up as you're driving around. Of course, you're taking corners, driving this through all corners of the country. It'll be an easy way to keep things comfortable. As you move towards the back here, of course, you have a separated door here, finished in the same hydro-dipped graphic as the rest of the RV, but it completely separates your bedroom area from your living and kitchen. One thing I want to point out here as well, we talked about tech packages. You have a lot of different controls. If you can take a look right here. So if you're back here in the bedroom, you don't have to walk all the way out there if you want to turn all of your lights on or off or make any other adjustments to use of the coach. You have a his and hers cabinet here. A very good amount of storage and drawers here. Lots of drawers on both sides. Even some additional storage back here where you also have a built-in safe.
Nice. I like how that's positioned. I wouldn't think that that just comes, that's really hidden back there. Nice feature, nice design.
And a great place to put your safe as well. I think that's pretty smart. Also, you have the mirrored walls here, makes it feel a lot more open. I want to bring you back into the bathroom. This is one of the great features about this RV. Custom quartz his and hers vanities here. Very modern design, what my buddy Matt would call Art Deco. Built into there, as well as some storage behind as well.
Nice.
Now across from your vanities here, you have your shower. I really like how the drain is this long slivered line there. Just makes it look very clean is what you have as far as your quartz backsplash there and the woodwork at the bottom. Moving towards the back here, you have a stackable washer dryer. One thing important to note here is that this is the Samsung. The Samsung's going to be the best one on the market. It's just like a residential washer dryer you would have at home. So it'll make this a little bit more comfortable for you. And then a full-size closet here in the back. That's cedar lined. There's your extra chairs that come with the RV right there, and some additional storage on your passenger side there for shoes and things like that. Also, while we're here, this is a fully functional exit door. So you pull this little piece here, it'll drop all the way down. On the bottom, you have a rough edge there that will give you a good grip as you step down. So it's just a nice safety feature built into the RV.
I love the way they did that, Andrew, where like it's actually used for storage, and then if you have to get out, the storage makes steps. That's just awesome. Cool
no, absolutely feature. Great design. And the other thing I just wanted to just hone in on a little bit more is that it's kind of like a drainless look. The way it's designed, it's just got those two crevices down there that all the water drains in, and really nice style on the shower with that huge rainforest shower head.
What chassis does it sit on?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up. There's a lot of really great features about
Thanks
the
for
Liberty
asking,
chassis.
Matt. I thought you would never ask.
The American Eagle was on the Liberty chassis. It's an SL Freightliner chassis with a 605 horsepower engine, 4000 series transmission. You have a 24,000 pound V-ride axle on the back, and then a 14,000 pound tag axle, all with a 17,000 pound independent front suspension up front. So it's the best suspension system in every regard for all three of those, and all brought together with American Coach's custom Liberty chassis. Now what that means, most RVs are going to have a raised rail platform that connects your separate axles there. They have a Liberty chassis, which is the whole length and width of the coach. It's has extra strength and stability, and it replaces those C-channel rails with I-beams. So what you have is a very rigid, strong chassis. This is a 45-foot RV, and when you make turns and go into different areas, the RV can have a little bit of twist. And this is going to be the strongest chassis that's made of really any brand here. That lessened amount of twist is going to mean fewer creaks, fewer rattles, and a truly quiet ride as you're driving around, not to mention the longevity you get in an RV that stays more rigid as it's being used. Also in that custom chassis, one thing they do is they move the fuel tank, it's a 150-gallon diesel tank, to the center of the RV for a better weight distribution. That way, whether you have a full or an empty tank, you don't have to worry about having more or less balance up here in the front where you do the majority of your time while driving. Now when we start to talk about components here, let's get this turned on.
Hell yeah.
First thing you're going to notice here is your OptiView digital dash system. The way it's placed, it's right in front of you. It's all very easy to read and customizable in many ways. That means your fuel gauges, your heat gauges, these can all be changed to fit whatever fits your preferences best. Also, you have your tire pressure monitoring system built right in there, so you can really be aware of every feature of your RV as you're driving around. That way, if there's any changes, you'll be able to address them as quickly as possible. One thing I think is just really cool about that is that you can set that to your trailer as well. So your trailer and vehicle, you can read that information right here. So it truly gives you a good amount of information really for anything you'd need. As you move to the side here, you have dual Excite information panels. Now what's really special about these is, again, the customizability. Whether you want your cameras in split screen on one side and navigation on the other, or vice versa, it's an easy thing for you to set up. Speaking of cameras, this has a 360-degree camera system. So if you take a look right here, you can see all sides of the RV from almost a bird's eye view. So if you're backing into a tight spot or you're going around a tight corner, you can actually see your RV as it travels around those corners. You got a 45-foot RV home here, and it makes it so easy for you to park and to get into those more adverse places that you might take it. While we're talking about ride and drive, I'd like to talk about Select Drive. Now what that is it's an adjustable steering effort for your power steering here on your control. Now there's a few things that does. First of all, if you're going down the road and you're fighting the wind a little bit, what you can do is adjust your steering effort so you don't really have to hold on to it the same way. You can sit here with just a finger on it and have better control of your drive experience without putting in so much more effort. It also has a feature that will zero out your steering wheel at any point. So we're stopped here, but it'll have the same effect if you're making a turn or something like that. If I turn this wheel, when I let go, the Select Drive will kick in and actually zero you back out all on its own. It's a really cool feature, but if you make a turn like that, you can just let it turn back to zero on its own and it'll just track straight down the road. Another feature that's very unique here is in the leveling system. Now, of course, you have a hydraulic leveling system for getting your coach to remain steady as you're parked, but your air leveling system, which will do the same thing as you're parked, is also actively moving as you go down the road. What that means is that if you have this system engaged and your RV might be on an unlevel road somewhere, your air leveling will actually adjust to get your vehicle to ride completely straight. It's a really neat feature that makes your ride more comfortable and more stable anywhere you go. So from here, if we can talk about a few of the things on the outside, that would be great. And then
tell us about the outside. What's going on the outside, the basement doors? And
well, moving into 2021, they redid how they make your mirrors. Now sitting right here, I have a perfect view of both your right and left mirrors, and they're mounted from the top. So instead of having the kind of funny look where one's from the bottom and one up top, they match really well, which gives you a very even look on the outside, but you can also see them just a little bit better, and that's pretty nice. Also, they moved your windshield wipers from being bottom mounted to top mounted, so you're not really fighting gravity if you're trying to get a clear window up front, and it works better and looks better as well. Also, from the outside, let's talk a bit about storage. You have two full pass-through bays where you can store everything from your chairs and tables to rugs or anything else you'd like to bring, and they have motorized slide-out trays built in. So there's a little button right there that will push the tray out to either side and then bring it right back in, so you don't have to throw your back out getting anything out of there or something like that. Also, you have dual fills for the fuel, so if you're at a gas station somewhere, you can fill up on either side. Just makes things a little bit more comfortable. Side-mounted radiator in the back, and on the other side you'll have where your hydraulic reservoir is for your leveling system. This unit, as far as heating goes, has an aqua-hot hydronic heating system, the 600D. What's nice about that is it replaces propane altogether. So this RV is all electric and everything but the diesel it uses to run the engine. Your aqua-hot system replaces your water heater with a tankless hot water heater and replaces a propane heating system with a system that uses heat exchangers, much like a boiler. It's very comfortable, very accurate as far as temperature goes with very little variance. And it has 2 built-in electric heaters as well. So if you do camp in cold weather or stay in cold weather for extended periods, you can always have heating and hot water in a very efficient and comfortable way. You also have a built-in basement freezer refrigerator. So it's on a slide-out tray of its own. It will pull all the way out for you, out past where the slide goes to, and then pull back in. That's all ran through the inverter. So if you have things outside that you like to keep there in your camp area, it's a comfortable way to access those. Here in your, I guess your connection bay, you've got your access to your water tanks, your freshwater, gray water, your black water tank, all right here. With a built-in macerator. You also have a whole house water filter right here to your left. That way you have all filtered water coming into the RV. One thing worth mentioning here is that you have electric reels both for your water hookup and for your electric shore power cord. So that will save you really a whole bay and not having to roll those up in a funny way there. And anytime you want to bring it in, you can just push that button and bring it right up to the front. Here in this bay, you're going to see your batteries, of which this coach has 8 house batteries with a lithium option if you choose to go with that. What it comes standards with is an AGM battery system. That's a
How much is the lithium option?
I believe the lithium option upgrade is about $10,000, might be $10,000 to $12,000 for that upgrade, but it gives you batteries that last as long as any with extended power built in right there. They're easy to recharge with your 3,000 watt inverter and retain power for as long as possible.
This is really an awesome coach. Now let's go right to the money. What's the MSRP on this coach, and what kind of a deal can you give the folks on YouTube?
Well, the MSRP of this RV is going to be anywhere between about $800,000, maybe up to about $830s, depending on if you go with the anniversary package or not. We've got great deals. General RV is American Coach's largest dealer in the United States. We buy more of these than anybody, and we're happy to give you a great deal on them. In part with this new partnership that we have here, it's our goal to really get a few of these out there on the road. Part of what makes General special is our ownership experience. You know, we want to provide the absolute best service that we possibly can for you here with us and with American Coach. And in this partnership, we plan on really proving it. So for the first few people that decide to take the big step into an American Coach, we're going to be giving some absolutely great deals out there, because we're going to be expecting you to tell how everyone you meet about your great experience with us and the great deal you got. So give me a call here at Tampa, and I'll see what I can do for you.
What's the phone number?
My phone number is area code 561-348-4231. That is my cell phone. Again, that's 561-348-4231. If you call me, I'll be happy to answer any questions you have and talk about those great deals we just mentioned.
If you haven't already subscribed to Matt's RV Reviews, almost going to hit 100K. Appreciate all of you helping him get to that goal.
Yep.
Also, I'll leave a link to the video that I did on the American Dream in the description below, where I stumped Matt.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing. Listen, if you're looking for a product like this, you want to get in contact with Tom Bennett. He's the expert on this. He might not have the prime pooping position, y'all, but he knows his stuff, what he's talking about. And when you do call him, just make sure you tell him that you saw him on Andrew Steele show, and I promise I'll work with Tommy to get everybody the best price in America on this.
Awesome.
Thanks again.
Hey, appreciate all of you liking these videos and subscribing to the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.